New arrangement to the stakeout. That's. I don't need it. It's in Chinese. I don't read Chinese, so you can have it. I'll try. Well, we had a very good briefing from Special Envoy Mr. Annan, and we're encouraged that we do now have cessation of violence in Syria. We hope it holds. Everybody needs to behave with maximum prudence for that to happen. We hope that the six-point plan of Mr. Annan is going to be fully implemented. We hope that everybody who has an influence on the parties will exercise that influence in order for peace to continue to prevail in Syria, and for political dialogue to start, for Syria to finally come out of this crisis. And I don't know if my colleague Lee Baodoun, Ambassador Lee Baodoun, informed you about that, and I'm sure the President of the Council is going to speak at greater lengths about it, but the idea is that we'll be supportive of the deployment of the monitoring mission in Syria, and that the advanced group of monitors can be deployed very shortly. In fact, we hope that even tomorrow we might adopt a Security Council resolution on the deployment of that advanced group of monitors. It's crucial for the monitors to be on the ground to make sure that any transgressions of the current state of end of violence is going to be detected. And everybody must refrain from any hint and provocation. We are concerned at the possibility of provocations. We are concerned about the appeals for massive demonstrations, whatever. So this is the opposite to what needs to happen now in Syria. Now we need to take advantage of the no-violence situation in order to build on that.
Thank you. Now that for the advanced team you're going to have this resolution tomorrow, hopefully, why don't you just work on a full-fledged monitoring system in Syria so you don't go back to your differences in the council?
I think that was the idea of Mr. Annan, which we supported, and I think other members of the council also supported. Somebody must be there as quickly as possible. And the full-fledged mission will take some time to deploy. The quicker it can happen, the better. The Russian position is that monitors must be there as quickly as possible. And so if we are able to put 20 or 30 monitors early next week, very good. If we're able to put more in the next few days, that's even better. So this is our approach, and this is something which was one of the suggestions which Mr. Annan was making to the Council.
Mr. Ambassador, is the Russian position now that the Syrian troops must pull back to the barracks? Sorry, if I may just finish my question. Is this now the Russian position, and are you willing to have an endorsement, to endorse such a mention of a demand for a Security Council resolution?
We endorsed the six-point plan of Mr. Annan very strongly. Maybe we're the first to endorse it, so we believe that it must be fully implemented.
Mr. Ambassador, where do you see the composition of this observer force coming from? Who would you approve of going over?
Well, we do not need
that could be a big sticking point, because you could approve a resolution, but you may not have.
No, as far as Russia is concerned, we were asked for one monitor to be moved from the Golans, and we immediately accepted that. So it's going to be practical Russian contribution. As to the rest of the arrangements, they will be handled by the Secretariat.
Did you heard anything from Mr. Annan about his mission to Tehran?
He did report about his mission, yes.
Since there's bombing in Sudan on both sides of the border and this issue of Hejlig, where does it stand on the PRST, and what's Russia's position on the
It will be read out
Hejlig?
at 4 p.m. today. We did agree on the text. We're extremely concerned about the recent escalation of the situation there, of the conflict between the two countries, extremely concerned about the movement of South Sudanese troops rather deep into the territory of Sudan, so it's an extremely dangerous situation. And I'm pleased that we agreed on a text of the statement. I understand the plan of the President is to read it out at 4 p.m.
Do you think, Ambassador, that the Syrian people should cease demonstrations against the regime?
No. I think that those are completely two different things. Of course, we all recognize the right to demonstrate, the right of freedom of expression, but then there is also, especially for those who are in a position to call on people to do something or not to do something, there is also the responsibility for the people in the country the responsibility for their security. Then you need to understand what you are trying to accomplish by doing certain things. I'm very concerned that in case of sort of large gatherings of people, the possibility of provocations will be greatly enhanced. So instead of talking about demonstrations, opposition leaders must finally formulate their attitude towards political dialogue. Because, I mean, not only our delegation, other delegations were speaking about the need for political process in Syria, but there can be no political process without political dialogue. And frankly, there is one thing which Ms. Tannen, I hope, is going to accomplish very soon, clear-cut agreement by opposition leaders to enter into dialogue with the Syrian government. This so far has not happened.
Do you see a linkage between on the meetings that you're going to have with the other 4 countries on Iran next weekend? I mean, Russia with Germany and the other security countries. Do you see a linkage of this meeting with the situation in Syria?
No,
that Iran
no,
can help?
No, I don't. I don't see any linkage at all. Please.
Thank you, Ambassador. How do you think should the Security Council respond to the North Korean plan to launch the rocket?
We are discussing that. So far, I don't think so far we have a clear agreement of what will need to be done. Of course, we'll see if this event is going to happen at all. We hope not. But one thing I can tell you, we have unanimity on the understanding that if it were to happen, that would be a clear violation of 2 Security Council resolutions.
Does Russia take credit for where we are right now in the sense
I
of
think
influencing?
you should give us credit. You should give us credit.
Yeah, but
I think we have every right to be given credit, and I'm pleased that Ms. Tannen did that today, and some colleagues in the Security Council did too. I think on at least 2 crucial turning points in his mission, Russia played an extremely important role in allowing in creating the conditions for Ms. Tannen's mission to move ahead, including most recently the talks between Sergei Lavrov, our foreign minister, and Minister Mualim in Moscow on the 10th of April. Thank you very much.